on blockchain in Uttar Pradesh. It's a solution which is coming to us from Australia. Then we go to the okra pod from Cambodia. Then we switch continents and we will go all the way to Canada and we'll look at the tree economy. Then we go back to Europe, to Luxembourg with waves. And then we go to Turkey and look at e-cording. Are you all ready in terms of your presentations? Yes? Okay, then I want to start and say hello to Vinod Tiwari. You are a key person for the peer-to-peer solar trading on blockchain in Uttar Pradesh. What is your job within this organization? Vinod, just introduce yourself briefly.
Yeah, hello and namaste and good day from Western Australia. I'm the Global Head of Business Development at Powerledger. And I will be talking to you about this exciting, pioneering peer-to-peer energy trading project in the state of Uttar Pradesh.
Okay. Do you have a presentation which you can show us in 3 minutes? That's the allotted time for each and every one. And then we will follow up with questions from the jury. And then after an hour or so, we will have a panel discussion involving you and also a number of different issues arising from WSA being in alignment, both regarding the transformation into the knowledge society, but also in terms of measuring the impact for the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. So, Vinod, please go ahead and show us peer-to-peer energy trading in Uttar Pradesh. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Let me start first by a bit about ourselves. We make software for decentralized and distributed energy markets. Our vision is the democratization of energy for a sustainable future. We've been operating for about 5 years and have projects in 12 countries already. Our goal is to positively impact the lives of 1 billion people with sustainable and reliable energy resource from renewable sources. Uttar Pradesh is the largest state in India with 200 million people. A third of country's unelectrified population lives here. The state is also lagging behind in the uptake of solar energy. It has target of 14,000 megawatt by 2022, but it is only at 30% of that target currently. So there is a desperate need to accelerate the deployment of affordable and sustainable solar energy. Powerledger provides a solution to this by creating market-based local peer-to-peer energy trading system using blockchain technology. Community members can trade their excess renewable energy with their neighbors. And in this peer-to-peer market, consumers can purchase renewable energy for a price much cheaper than the grid price. The solution empowers consumers and enables orderly scaling up of renewables on the grid. The solution uses cutting-edge blockchain technology. It is digitized, decentralized, and distributed. It provides reliable, verifiable, immutable audit trail, all of which is super critical for local peer-to-peer markets. So in partnership with ISGF India, Powerledger delivered India's first blockchain-enabled peer-to-peer energy trading project. As a result, participating consumers were able to get energy on an average 43% cheaper than the grid price, whilst people with rooftop solar were able to receive better return on their investment. The project further led to regulatory changes and is now part of Uttar Pradesh government's tariff order to enable growth of solar energy in the state. This project provides the perfect template for affordable, reliable, resilient, and sustainable energy for all. So other states are now following suit, and there is already a new peer-to-peer energy trading project launched in the capital city of Delhi. Regulatory changes are in pipeline across the rest of the country to further encourage solar energy trading. There are also opportunities now to expand peer-to-peer solutions to integrate with solarizing villages and solar pump programs in rural areas of the state and further enhance quality and reliability of their energy systems. This pioneering project in the state of UP, we believe, clearly demonstrates how peer-to-peer energy trading can enable sustainable energy future. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Vinod. You are exactly in time. That is wonderful. Can I ask anybody of the jurors who wish to ask a question. I can see two hands up. One is coming from France. Damien Marquis, please, and then Gabriele Tatzberger, please. Damien, please.
Thank you, Peter. Hello, and thank you very much for this very interesting pitch and solution. Could you, what is very striking is the use of blockchain, because could you elaborate a little bit more as to what sits on the blockchain? Is it the exchange between of energy, or is it the proprietary aspect of the energy? Can you elaborate, or is it the trading or the paying of it? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the great question. And the blockchain in this particular project is recording all the transactions. So the entire meter data of all the participating entities, prosumers and consumers, is hosted. It is on blockchain. And then every peer-to-peer transaction is recorded on blockchain. So it creates a timestamped audit trail for every transaction traded between peers. So that is the primary purpose here. But it can be extended for settlement purposes down the track as well. That functionality has currently not been enabled in this project.
Okay, thank you very much. Gabriele, please, Gabi.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much for the impressive presentation and your project. I would be very interested to hear a little bit more about the biggest obstacles you're facing, as you're already working in many different countries. And the other thing is how you would explain what is your difference to other competitors on the market?
Great question indeed. So I suppose the biggest difference is obviously the stack of technology is different, but it's also about our approach to the whole solution. It is not only about benefiting people with rooftop solar or community who need renewable energy. Prosumers are certainly benefited with better return on investment. Consumers are benefited with cheaper, cleaner power. But it's also about creating an orderly scaling up of renewable on the grid. So enabling these local energy markets in a way that supports the resiliency of the utility of the local distribution network, so without hampering its day-to-day operation. So in the world of electricity markets, reducing the flexibility requirement or enabling a scalable ramping up of renewable on the grid. So that is, I suppose, our real differentiator here, and also the fact that we not only work with direct end users and the application hosts or utilities that use these solutions, but we also go a step further up the supply chain to work with policymakers and regulators directly. So as demonstrated in this project, we work directly with the State Electricity Regulatory Commission, and then the project itself led to the successful deployment, led to the regulatory changes in the state, and that, as we are now seeing, that is now almost like a dominoes effect. It is spreading to other states and almost throughout the country.
Thank you very much, Vinod. I think what Gabi is asking is showing you very clearly that this has a possibility and potential of a global impact. Let me just understand a couple of things regarding your business model and then also regarding you being a winner in WSA. The first thing is this peer-to-peer energy trading basically cuts out the big hydro companies, but you still need a grid in order to connect. Are you depending on established grids, legacy grids, or are you setting up grids as well? Or does your software solution depend even on you also providing the grid infrastructure? That would be my first question.
Well, thanks again for the great question. The physics doesn't change. So for electricity to be transported, there is a requirement for infrastructure. We can use the existing grids that exist, or they could be microgrids or the standard national grids in many markets. So we don't develop our own grid. What we offer is a software solution, which is backed by the core technology of blockchain behind it. So the infrastructure that we utilize is the current existing infrastructure. And we actually work in partnership with utilities. So whilst their business models may get disrupted or may have to be changed or revamped, the solution actually is offered through these utilities to the end users.
Okay, and the utilities, the established utilities, get a cut of the trading, or how do they make money in terms of them maintaining the grid and having obviously the infrastructure costs?
Yeah, so the business model is we offer it as a white label solution to the utility, and the utility obviously makes it available to its consumer base. They facilitate these local energy markets, peer-to-peer trades, so they have all the rights to take a transaction fee on those transactions. So typically that's how it scales up.
Last question which I have is, WSA is especially set up in order to support the transition to the knowledge society. So what do you do in terms of getting people to understand what the potential is, to train people in terms of how to manage and work with your software solution, and what is the content aspect of your solution itself?
Yeah, so we are very strong on market education. We very actively already participate in thought leadership space in energy trading, in new energy systems, and almost because what we are creating here is a new operating system for a new energy market. So we take that active leadership role in communicating that message. Our chairman, Dr. Gemma Green, myself, and all other key members in the company, we actively take part in events, conferences, webinars, roundtables, and also communicate through various articles, journals, and share our knowledge base. Our journey itself has been remarkable in 5 years now, in 12 countries, from one proof of concept in Western Australia. So we very actively share our knowledge with community. And through WSA, we've had multiple publications, for example, with in partnership with IEA, IRENA, and joint webinars, etc. as well. National partnerships with Ministry of Energy in Malaysia. Indian project also is in partnership with government of Uttar Pradesh. So there is a constant sharing of information with policymakers, with regulators on how they can utilize this technology for real good for community at large.
Thank you very much, Vinod. I think that this is highly inspiring, and you're providing a much needed solution also in terms of the democratizing of energy provision and energy consumption. Thank you very much for your presentation.